China stocks plummeted today, and I'm sure it's catching your attention. And you're asking yourself, holy smokes, is the China stock market going to completely crash? Am I going to lose a lot of money on China stocks? Let's take a look at it. I'm going to share with you what I'm seeing and what I plan to do with China stocks. Recently, China stocks just took off like a flurry. 2 weeks ago, stocks just rallied and they just would not let up. But the stocks really crashed today. I'd like to explain a couple of conditions that I think are causing some of this crash. I'm also going to share what I intend on doing. Now, investing is not a perfect science. It's art and science. And making money doesn't always follow a straight line. If you want a straight line of appreciation, open up a bank account, put your money into a CD, and they will show you a nice, smooth chart. The only problem is you're only going to make 3 to 5%. And that's not enough. If you're watching this video, you're a stock investor. You want a very high rate of return. You want to make 20% a year. You want to double your money like me every 5 years. That's what you want to do. And China provides an opportunity to get into companies that have very good fundamentals at this time. The US stock market is expensive. It's been expensive for a while, and that's great. I have a lot of US stocks. I love seeing the value of those stocks go up. That's awesome. But I'm looking for performance in 2025 and 2026. And I think that China may be a place to find returns for the future. You're watching a video on investing, so I imagine you want to become a better investor and make more money. A good way of doing that is by becoming a member of a community of like-minded investors that continue to share knowledge, experiences, and analysis on stocks. We have a great community, and I would invite you to become a paid member where you get more access and more perks. If you go with the advanced investor option, you'll be invited to the weekly conference call where we talk at length about specifics in investing. I think it's really valuable. We'll also have workshops on how to analyze companies. Take a look at the three options. The details are in the video description, and I appreciate your consideration. Across the board, China stocks took a beating today. For example, Alibaba is down 6.67%. NIO, which is a high-flying EV company, was down 8%. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out 4 or 5 stocks and see how they've been performing, look at the fundamentals, and then tell you what I think is going to happen over the next 12 to 24 months. Now, investing is art and science. These are my best estimations. I could be wrong, but I'm going to give you my best analysis and let you know what I think. Alibaba was down significantly today, but over the course of the year, the stock's doing okay. It's up 29% if you look at the 1 year. But if you zero in on the past month, it is up 34% just in 30 days. So it's really seen a great rally over the last couple of weeks. Alibaba has strong fundamentals and it values very high when I look at free cash flows and earnings per share. In fact, I believe the stock is discounted at 35%. And that's when I discount all their fundamentals by a 9.5% discount rate. In short, I believe if Alibaba gets priced near fair value, this is a winner all day long for the next couple of years. I'm glad I'm in Alibaba. I will continue to buy shares in this very valuable company that has a competitive advantage in China. They are the Amazon in China. And I like being in a stock that operates in China, has access to that high growing economy. JD is similar to Alibaba. They operate an e-commerce business and a big supply chain business in China. Their stock's up 49% if you look at the full year chart. But you zero in on the past month and the rise has been incredible. They're up 68%. I don't know that anybody should be complaining about a one-day pullback when they're sitting on a 68% return in just 30 days. JD has excellent cash flows. In fact, their cash flows are so high, I believe they're worth more than twice the current stock price. If I look at the net present value of their cash flows, it's discounted by 138%, that net present value compared to its current stock price. Overall, it's a highly discounted stock, just a really desirable company. I'm not in JD, but with this pullback, I'm really tempted to start a position. I own Alibaba, I own Amazon. Buying a third e-commerce company, not the worst thing I could do. I'm going to really think about it long and hard and maybe buy shares tomorrow. NetEase does streaming video games. It's a lot like Netflix, as well as Google with its YouTube channel, Meta with social apps. It's a combination company that has access to that big population of China users. The fundamentals on NetEase look great. Overall, it has about a 54% discount if you compare the value that I calculate based on free cash flows and earnings per share against the current stock price. In essence, I feel like I'm buying the US equivalent company at a big discount, which is attractive. I also get access to the China market where there's lots of consumers. They continue to grow their middle class. It's just a big economic engine. So it's great to have NetEase on my portfolio. And with the pullback, I'm just going to buy more shares in this company. Making money on stocks is not going to be a perfect line up and to the right. It's going to have its ups and its downs, preferably a lot more ups and downs. So far, for the first month in the China trade, stocks are much higher than they were before. We had a brutal day. Now, what happens for the rest of the week is going to continue to mess with the psychology of investors. But really, I'm focused on the fundamentals of these companies. And I think the fundamentals really drive me to invest in these companies. The stocks have awakened. The Chinese government is going to support these companies. And I am very optimistic that these companies are going to work over the next 12 to 24 months, which is why I'm going to put more capital into these China companies. Today's downturn, it's pretty bloody. It's not fun to look at my stock values, but at the end of the day, it comes with the territory as being a stock investor. Thank you for watching.